Elon Musk may require surgery to fight Mark Zuckerberg, who is apparently part lizard.
Mark, are the allegations true that you are secretly a lizard? I'm gonna have to go with no on that. I am not a lizard, but keep the high quality comments coming in.
Seems like what any part lizard, part human would say. I mean, all jokes aside, Elon Musk really does potentially need surgery. Elon Musk says he is going to receive an MRI on his neck and upper back that may require surgery. Musk says this condition could delay his proposed sparring match with Meta's CEO Mark Zuckerberg. Elon Musk was asked, what is the point of this fight? Is it to motivate you to work out? And just as Elon would say, it's a civilized form of war. Men love war. Elon Musk says he does not have time to work out, so he lifts weights throughout the day in preparation for this fight, and he brings these weights to work. If that's not dedication, I don't know what else is. The biggest piece of news that is negatively affecting Tesla stock today and causing this pretty dramatic sell-off is this. Zach Kirkhorn has announced his resignation as the chief financial officer. Zach Kirkhorn has served as the CFO at Tesla for about 4 years now and has worked at Tesla for over 13 years. Tesla thanks Mr. Kirkhorn for his contributions, and Mr. Kirkhorn will continue to serve Tesla through the end of the year to support a seamless transition. The new CFO for Tesla will be Mr. Tanja. That's going to take a second to get used to saying. Mr. Tanja has been with Tesla for 6 years and 7 months. He started in February of 2017 as the assistant corporate controller. He moved up May of 2018 to corporate controller, and that lasted about 1 year as well. And then he became the chief accounting officer from March 2019 until present day. He has been in that role for 4 years and 6 months, so this is a slight step up to chief financial officer from chief accounting officer. Not a huge change, but Wall Street is taking this as a big negative. Just as Sawyer Merritt points out on Twitter, Forbes made this article back when the guy that is stepping down now became the CFO in 2019, and this article says the departure of Tesla's CFO is a huge negative for the stock. It seems like anything that happens with Tesla is always a big negative for Tesla stock. Like we have said many times, you can profit from Wall Street's ignorance on days like today, where relatively benign news gets blown out of proportions. Although sometimes in your small and mid-cap companies, if a CFO steps down, it tends to be a bad sign that maybe they messed something up and maybe the financials aren't as we previously thought, but that's not the case with Tesla. They are heavily audited. But again, that's not going to stop Wall Street from being ignorant to that fact. Elon Musk said on Twitter, I think we may have figured out some aspects of AGI. The car has a mind. Not an enormous mind, but a mind nonetheless. I especially like Holmar's catalog's comment that says, well, if autopilot gains consciousness, ask it not to exterminate humanity, please. Something else that is negatively impacting Tesla stock today is the fact that Lucid cut prices for all of their models about 20% over this weekend. This comes after Lucid's first quarter loss was $779.5 million. This, in contrast to Tesla, is dramatically different. Tesla last quarter brought in $2.7 billion to the bottom line. There's a big difference between when Tesla cuts prices to when Lucid cuts prices. Lucid Motors also reports earnings today and after hours. This could have implications for the EV market itself, but it could have specific implications for Lucid, more so than Tesla, since Tesla and Lucid are in far different categories. But still, this is something to keep on your radar that could affect Tesla stock. In other Tesla stock news, it looks like a video inside Giga Texas is showing us multiple Cybertrucks that are getting ready for shipment, but what people are really pointing out is there is a small frunk. I think people forget the fact that this is the largest truck bed that you can buy for an electric pickup truck on the market. This is bigger than the Ford F-150 Lightning by over a foot. This is bigger than Rivian's truck bed by 1.5 feet. Okay, you have a small frunk. Well, do regular pickup trucks even have trunks? No. So people are kind of making this, again, a bigger deal than what it ultimately is. I'm more excited by the fact there's multiple Cybertrucks that are presumably getting ready for shipment. I think that's the important part to highlight from this video clip. This comes as the Nissan Titan will end its production in 2024. As Sawyer Merritt says on Twitter, this means less competition for Tesla. We are also seeing more videos of the Cybertruck on the highway, and this is yet again encouraging. Let's not forget, 5 years ago, Elon Musk put out this tweet on August 7th of 2018 and considering taking Tesla private at $420, funding secured. Since then, Tesla stock is up over 1,000%. Congratulations, Elon Musk. Take a listen to this Tesla semi-truck and the acceleration. You can hear the power here. Pretty impressive. In the UK, plug-in car sales almost doubled in July 2023. One battery electric car was registered every 60 seconds on average. When you put it into that context, that's pretty good. The Malaysia Prime Minister praises Tesla for speed in local negotiations. Malaysia's Prime Minister said half a month ago, Musk gave his commitment. 10 days ago, he sent his regional chief to meet me to tell me they are buying a huge building in Cyberjaya, and they want me to officiate the opening. All this in weeks, but we are so slow. This is why I tell our civil servants that we cannot be set in our old ways. Managing, tender, discuss, communications. We can't anymore, Ibrahim said, as noted in a Free Malaysia Today report. This could possibly go down as one of the best advertising runs in all of history. Twitter was fined $4,447 for the X sign that was ultimately taken down. But this news reached tens of millions of people. It was covered by news outlets everywhere. This surely had a positive effect to Twitter as well as Tesla. A Chinese company of a 1,000 kilometer EV battery plans an IPO by 2025. WeLion aims to increase sales 20-fold to 10 billion wands. The next-gen semi-solid state batteries can ease range anxiety. Vietnam's EV adoption is expected to increase 13.6% in 2023 from 2.9% a year ago, said BMI Research in a new report. Global EV sales in June of 2023 almost hit a new record, marginally behind December of 2022, with 1.26 million plug-in cars sold worldwide. This is particularly interesting because this is during Q2. Typically, your best quarter or best months for electric vehicles or for really automobile sales in general is Q4 at the end of any year. So it looks like more records are to be broken throughout the rest of 2023, and better things are to come throughout the rest of this year. Scientists have recently discovered a revolutionary new breakthrough that will make EV batteries more durable than ever before. The world's largest battery producer, CATL, said that these new batteries could deliver a 50% increase in efficiency in temperatures as low as -4 degrees Fahrenheit and a 43% increase in warmer conditions. This is because it has been found that cold weather saps about 25% of range when cruising on the highway, and more than that when making frequent short trips within the city when the battery needs to work to reheat the cabin. These cold temperatures also affect the charging time because cold temperatures slow down the chemical process of battery charging in lithium-ion batteries and cause lithium buildup on key components of the battery, reducing efficiency over time. This is another step in the right direction for the EV sector as a whole. Tesla stock today is down 1.75% at the time of recording this video. For the day today, hedge funds and institutional investors have placed 720 option orders worth $212.65 million with a positive order value of 53%. This number being over 50 is also encouraging. This is better than even what you've seen on Friday when the positive order value was 49%, and also in line with what we have seen over the past week of trading with a positive order value of 55%. This drop today in Tesla stock largely has to do with the CFO stepping down. It also, to a lesser extent, has to do with what we previously mentioned, Lucid cutting prices about 20%. But unfortunately, things could get worse from here based on what happens with earnings and the economic data. We have the holy grail of economic data coming out this week, in which I expect a very large move up or down for the broader markets depending on how these numbers come out. Now, your month-over-month inflation report is coming out at 8:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. You're not expecting a change at all for any of your month-over-month readings, as well as your core inflation year-over-year reading. You're expecting these to come in line with what we've seen the last report. So you're not expecting things to get worse or necessarily get better from any of these reports. But your inflation rate year-over-year, your headline number that hits as the main headline, is expected to rise from last month's reading at 3% to 3.3%. I like to think your month-over-month numbers are more important because that's showing you what's happening today on a, month-over-month basis. But your year-over-year numbers is really what drives the broader market move. This 3.3% number, if it comes in line with estimates, likely to give you a fall of about 0.5%. If this number comes in at 3.5% or higher, you're likely to fall in between 1.5% and 2% on the NASDAQ, likely similar percentages on the S&P. If this number comes in at 3.1% or below, you're likely to see a 1.5% increase across the broad indexes. On Friday at 8:30 in the morning, you're going to get the producer side of inflation. This is PPI month over month for the month of July. You're expecting 0.2%. Last month's reading was 0.1%, so a pretty good increase here. You don't want to see that, but 0.2% is okay. On a 12-month annualized basis, that's 2.4%. That could be in line with 2% inflation, as that is the Fed's inflation target. I think by this point, markets are going to be pretty concerned or potentially happy with the inflation report that we get on Thursday. So I don't know if Friday's economic data will move the markets as much because we get CPI the day before. But you're also going to get the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey that comes out at 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday. You're expecting that at 71. And for context here, part of the rally that we have seen has been due to the Michigan Consumer Sentiment that has increased from 59.2 in June, well, actually May, to 64.4% in June, and now to 71 in July. So you've already seen a very nice uptick in consumer confidence, likely because of the rally that we have seen in the stock market. As far as Tesla stock and the technicals that you need to know, well, that 240 level is going to be a major level of support. If you bounce off of that, that's great news. But really, I don't think, besides the CFO stepping down or any other news that we might get, I don't think it's going to be that important. Tesla stock is mainly going to move in line with the markets, and it's probably going to double the market move. So if CPI later this week is really good and markets do rally 1.5%, Tesla likely rallies 3% or more. Vice versa. If the markets fall 2%, well, Tesla's probably going to fall 4 to 5%. That's typically what we see because Tesla has a much higher beta than a lot of your other stocks, meaning it tends to amplify what the broader markets do. Now, for long-term investors, the lower the better, because that means you could just get your hands on shares of Tesla for even cheaper. Today's valuations are bargain bin when you factor in growth and you look at something like the PEG ratio and you compare that to an Apple or a Microsoft. Tesla today is 4 to 6 times cheaper than those other stocks. And I think as we head closer to 2024, you're not going to be able to get such a discount like you're seeing today, and Tesla likely in that $300 range as we start 2024. So take full advantage of the discounts when you get them. The MACD has just went into negative territory, so either things could get worse from here or you should expect a bounce. Now, what we've seen today is the sellers kind of got exhausted towards 240 and the stock has bounced sharply from that level, retracing about $7 at the time of recording this video, hitting that low of the day around 240, 272, now trading at 249.20. So a retracement of about $7 from the lows to where we are now. The RSI is also a little bit on the oversold side at 42.63. Without any new news that comes out from Tesla, this should give you some degree of a bounce. For reference, neutral is 50, so you're a little bit on the oversold side. So that is all of the news with Tesla as well as the broader EV sector that you need to know on the day, as well as what's happening in the markets and what's driving Tesla stock down lower today. Let me know what you guys think about all of this information down below in the comment section. If you also want to come join the Patreon, come trade with us live in real time, stay up to date with what's happening in the markets every single day when major events happen, linked down below in the description of this video is where you can find the link for the trading community. Nonetheless, this is most important. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.